Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Raheen Ashimi Show. Welcome to another episode of the Raheen Ashimi Show. And I know, you're saying, hold on, this is supposed to be real men being men. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we're doing something a little different right now. We're going back to real men being men. We have not put that on the back burner. We have not forgotten about real men being men. Just for the people that's joining in, we will definitely, without a doubt, if God said the same, go back to real men being men. But right now, this is the Raheen Ashimi Show. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheen Ashimi. The phone lines are open 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. We got two of my brothers from another mother, but we got the same fathers here. First, we got to go. But man, look here. Ryan was here first, but I got to go to the elder, man. I got to go to elder first. Elder, tell everybody who you are and where you're hailing from.
Good evening, everybody. This is Don Shira. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from Kilgore, Texas.
Good Lord, Kilgore, Texas. I could talk a lot about Kilgore, Texas, but it'll take the whole broadcast, and so we only gonna be from 8 to 9. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna go to my brother, man. This is Ryan. Ryan, tell everybody who you are, brother, and where you're hailing from.
What's up, everybody? Ryan from Detroit, Michigan.
But you know what's up, everybody? What up, though? Man, they don't say no what's up, everybody, man.
I'm trying to keep it radio friendly, you know what I mean? Oh, Lord, here come Tucson. Here we go.
Here he comes. Look at here. The wise man. He's here. Mr. Donald Tucson. Now watch now everybody, I want y'all to listen. Watch where he's from. He got a couple of spots. Watch this. Every letter in the alphabet. Tucson, tell everybody who your name and where you're hailing from.
My name is Donald Toussaint. I live in D'Iberville. I once lived in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and I'm from Opelousas, Louisiana.
Well, look here. That is every letter in the alphabet. Every letter now. He covered every letter in the alphabet. Maybe twice. Rico, good evening, sir. How you doing this evening?
I can't complain, man. How y'all doing, man?
Rico.
Hey, Rico.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Rico don't have every letter in the alphabet where he's from, but Rico been a couple of places too. Now, Rico, tell everybody where you're hailing from.
I'm from Anniston, Alabama.
Anniston, Alabama. Now, look here. In case y'all don't know, and if y'all haven't done the research, there's a lot of history. Rico, he put me up on a lot of it, but there's a lot of history in Anniston. Rico, give us a quick thing. We're gonna be here from 8 to 9, and don't you take the whole time. Tell us a little bit about Anniston, Alabama.
Well, if you are, I'm gonna say sort of aware of the Freedom Riders. This is where the bus was burned. I'm like right down the street from where the bus was bombed for the Freedom Riders.
Mm-hmm. Wow. See, history. When you talk about history, that is history right there. Now we got the phone lines are open. We got somebody on the phone line. Who's this calling in from the phone line? Who is this brother on the phone? Who is this? Phone line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, I got it.
Hey man, it's Cornelius, man.
I was gonna call you out. I was gonna call you out. Go ahead, tell everybody where you're hailing from.
I'm hailing from Lawrenceville, Georgia, originally from Detroit, Michigan, man.
Now go on say it. You got a Ryan is here. Go on say it. What up, though?
What up, though?
Good deal. We're gonna talk about something tonight, and we got a few ladies that's supposed to be joining in as well. So I really want to get it from both sides of the view. I asked my wife this question earlier, and it was very interesting, her answer. And I'm gonna start. Rico, I'm gonna start it off with you. Now, Rico, you've been dating this girl 6 months. It's getting real serious. You really feeling this. She's feeling you. Then all of a sudden, one of your boys come up to you. Hey man, who is that? He said, yeah, that's my girl, man. You know, we've been kicking it for about 6 months, blah, blah, blah. He said, that's your girl? Said, yeah, man. Yeah, you know, and you know, y'all go through the whole, and your boy said, can I tell you something, man? And he said, yeah. I want what, man? What? He said, man, do you know that's Chocolate Spice? Who? That, man, that's Chocolate Spice, man. The strip I told you about, that's her, man. And see, y'all never had that conversation about what she used to do and all these other things, but you know that you like this person. Rico, truth of the matter, would there be any part of you that would look at her differently?
It depends on where my head is at that time. At one point in time, I would have been all down with it. I'd have been trying to see if I could get some more women in the business or something. I'd have been like, yeah, let me see if I can get some money out of her pockets or something. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, she a stripper. I'd have been like T-Pain. You know. But then the older, I'm gonna say more mature side of me, more respectable side of me wouldn't really probably condone that, accept it. You know, it would probably depend on the type of dancing she was doing.
Oh, she was doing it, bro. She was doing it.
Oh yeah, if she was blue flame and using all kind of toys and candles and all types of stuff like that, putting on big shows, no, doing all kind of little tricks and stuff. No. Yeah, you don't show it a little bit too much.
Well, hold on, though, Rico. For the last 6 months, man, you really been feeling on Chocolate Spice, man. You didn't know she was Chocolate Spice, but that was your girl, man. And everything was just the way you wanted. She is just the right person that you've been looking for. She's all of that. She just had a secret.
Well, I might still be feeling her, but it might not be feeling her to the way that I want to put a ring on it. I still might want to feel on her a lot, though. A lot. It'll still be some feelings. Oh, it'll still be some feelings.
Oh, look. Now your mind get to working down. She ain't got no limitation. She'll do woo. Let me stop.
I ain't ready to get married yet.
Tucson, what do you say to that, man? You've been dating this girl, man, 6 months. It's been going real good. You really liking her. She's really liking you. One of your boys come up and explain to you. Look at Tucson. look at him. He acting up. Explain to you that, hey man, that's Chocolate Spice from down there from the spot down the street. Yeah, that Chocolate Spice. That's her. That's her. Tucson, would you look at her any differently? How would that affect your relationship? Oh Lord.
Let me just see how this gonna work out, because I got to get to Sunday. I got to bring her to church. She got to go to church.
Lord.
And I got to, Lord, let me start off. I'm gonna just try this out. Let's see how y'all like it.
How we like it.
No. Just play like y'all a congregation.
Okay, all right. Well,
first giving honor to God.
Say it, brother.
To the deacons and all the trustees and officers and members. I thank God for you all, and I just, I've been going through some things, and
what you been going through, brother?
No, don't worry about that. I don't tell all my business. But I want to introduce you to some young lady that I've met, and come find out we all got issues. We all got problems. I got mine, and you got yours. And
yes, that's right, brother.
Introduce you to Chocolate Spice.
Wait a minute now. Her mama name her Chocolate Spice?
No way. Look, matter of fact, I would try to be open-minded and say possibly we can start her off on the usher board. Make her a greeter.
You want to?
That dog gonna do something.
Oh,
Ooh, you better go to somebody else because that's
She probably should start off with her government name.
Exactly. He gonna introduce the girl as Chocolate Spice.
you
Ain't
know
leaving nothing to the imagination.
I'm open and honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you gonna bring the grandmama and the mama too. Hey, this is hot and this is cinnamon.
It runs in the family.
It's in the family. She get it from her mama.
She get it from her mama. Lord, watch this. I got a little. Let me go to Cornelius. Cornelius, what do you say to this, brother? How do you handle this situation? Now you've been feeling this girl, man. You've been feeling her in more ways than one. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that part. You really liking her to the point where you real serious with Chocolate Spice. One of your boys pull you up and tell you, hey man, do you know who that is, man? Do you know who that is? Man, that's Chocolate Spice. No. You're not listening, brother. Chocolate Spice. Right? And then it hit you. She never told you. Do you look at her any differently? What does this do to the relationship, if there's still a relationship at all?
No, I wouldn't look at it no different because we all got a past.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of us. It's some stuff right now, man. Just being transparent. It's some stuff right now I've done in my past. I'd never tell my wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Never.
Wow.
And we've been married 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never know some of the stuff I've done.
Yeah.
Only between me and God, I'm gonna go to my grave with this.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I wouldn't look at it no differently, because at the end of the day, the past is the past. She did what she did, and whatever. If you said Chocolate Spice, far as what, being a dancer?
Yeah, she's a
or being
no, she's a stripper.
or a former strip teaser, right?
Yeah, no, she ain't no teaser. She don't tease nobody.
Oh, you talking about prostitution?
No. She's a dancer. She's a stripper. She's not. Well.
Okay, because
it
a
depends.
dancer, that's a, far as these women is concerned, a dance, that's a profession.
Yeah, well,
to them.
Sometimes
it ain't like that they sleeping with every Tom, D, and Harry.
Well,
what I'm saying? So
sometimes Cornelius, sometimes they want to up the antics. Sometimes they want to up the antics a little bit, though, Cornelius. Sometimes they want to up the antics. They do a little strange thing for some change.
Yeah, for the money.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you though, man. Come on, bro. Think about it, man. We all got past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't say my wife done went upstairs, man. I've slept with a lot of women in my past.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she'll never know all that.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has a past, man. And some things we don't need to know. Just keep our relationships, because the past is the past. Let's look forward to the future. She could be a changed person now.
Okay. Now,
you know what I'm saying? She did that, and now she moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she's doing it now and didn't tell me, that's a different story for another time. Then we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're supposed to share that with me. If you still doing it, if you still strip teasing, yeah, that we got an issue. But far as if it was in her past, yeah, I shouldn't allow that to bother me. That's just my thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the phone, we got a lot of people. We actually broadcasting on TikTok as well. We got a lot of comments coming on TikTok. TikTok, you can definitely give us a phone call, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Cornelius, let me ask you this question before I move on to the next person. What would you do? What would you do if you found out you and Chocolate had a conversation, Chocolate Spice had a conversation, and y'all moved past it? Then the weekend, y'all go out to have dinner, nice restaurant. Y'all sitting there eating. Somebody come up to your table. Excuse me. I couldn't help but stir it. I don't mean to disturb you all, but let me ask you this question. Are you Chocolate Spice? Are you her? Because I used to love watching you dance and all kind of things like the way that you used to maneuver on the stage. How would you handle a situation like that? Because truth of the matter, a past have a way of coming back and rearing its head up. So how would you deal with that past if it reared itself, if it reared its head in that way? What
Hey,
is?
Raheem, let's up the ante a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Mm-hmm. Rico said he wanted to
Oh,
up.
sorry.
Rico said he wanted to up the ante a little
Go
bit.
ahead.
Go ahead, Rico.
Let's say not only was she dancing and performing, but let's take it up a step. Let's say she was selling that thing. Maybe she wasn't even selling it, but she was just promiscuous. And you found out she had that name around the block. Oh, she was Easy Sally.
Mm. Mm.
But she done changed now. She done changed her life.
What is?
That's the part that he just put the back end on it. That clears it up. She changed it. Because man, who are we? Like I said, we all have a past. So who are we to judge? You know what I'm saying? That's why me personally, bro. That's why I don't have Facebook.
Okay.
That's why I don't have Facebook. You will not get me on social media because I already know my past can come back to haunt me. And I'm a preacher now. Saved and filled with the Holy Ghost, but I will not get on Facebook.
Yeah.
My life has changed.
Yeah, that's good.
But that stuff can catch up with you. So, I mean, who are we to judge a person because this is what she did and all this other stuff, but she's changed her life? I have to be a support, but I will have but in that situation, if I'm going back to your original question, if a person come up to the table and bring that to it, then we'll talk about it. I'll be like, hey, dude, what's up? What's that all about? You know, then she'll begin to explain to me, well, you know, I was in my past, I used to do such and such and this and that. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I understand that. You know, I'll be like, girl, you must have been wild back in those days. And she'd be like, yeah, I pretty much was wild back in those days, but I'm a changed person now and I'm doing better with my life. And I decided that just wasn't the life for me no more. And I'm where I am now because of this. And I'm glad I met a guy like you that got something going for himself and all this stuff. And I'd be like, and I would appreciate that in that conversation. And that's all that would turn out to be.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
Okay. Ryan, talk to me, brother. You dating, look here, you are dating Chocolate Spice. You didn't know it was Chocolate Spice. It's been going very well. But when it comes out, and she and the thing that I try to put in here, and I wanted to see what y'all gonna pick up on it. She never told you. She never told you. You found out because your boy was down there at the place and saw her many times. And he told you. And the only way that conversation came up about what she used to do, not because she told you or was upfront and honest with you, you found out some other way. Would that even make a difference?
So I think it changed a little bit. So now it's she ain't done that in a minute. And somebody just remember her, or she's still doing it like last week.
No. She don't do it anymore. It's her past. You know, she had a past. She did it for a while. That's how she took care of herself. She did it for a while. She stopped. There was a space of time between the time she stopped and the time you all met. But it is something that she used to do. And only way you found, y'all been dating for 6 months. Only way you found out is your boy told you what she used to do. Your boy told you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with Cornelius on this. As much as I don't want to. I could go a lot of different ways, right? But I can't even use the phrase because you know we on a clean show. But you can't turn the H into a housewife.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But you can. It's hard. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of work, but it works. She back there laughing.
Let me throw this at you real quick. Let me throw this at you now. What happened if y'all ran into some hard times? She say, you know, I know how to get I know how I can get the money. I know how I can get the money. And it won't take me long to get it. You just gotta close your eyes for a minute.
No, that ain't gonna work for me. You know, it's funny because we've had this conversation, me and Z, because I used to bounce at the strip club. and I used to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls would have to pay me out of what they made. And then I would drive them home and drop them off to their husbands, and their husbands would pay me again.
Wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
I would get a lot of money because I took my job legit. I wasn't there staring at them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a lot of times where we've been struggle busing a lot, and she was like, "Why don't you just go back to the club?"
Mm-hmm.
And I never did. I refrained from that because I know the environment, right?
Yeah.
So it,
Yeah.
it go the same way. If
Mm-hmm.
she want to step out and think she gonna make that fast cash, well, fast cash got a cost,
Mm-hmm.
and most of those girls know what that cost is,
Exactly.
regardless if they tell you I don't do that or not. They do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I know it.
Like how they used to say it, everybody got a price for the $1 million man. Everybody got a price for the $1 million man, and it's sad. But that was his slogan. Ted DiBiase, I think was his name, that wrestler. He said everybody got a price for the $1 million man. But I like to think that not everybody has a price. Some people, I don't care how much money you offer them, they're not gonna sell their ethics and lower their standards. Elder, I held you for last, brother. I have to hear what you're gonna say to this one right here. I have to hear, man. Look here, you've been dating Chocolate Spice 6 months. It's been going so good. You feel so good about this relationship. You feel so good about where y'all are and where y'all are going until your boy come up and tell you that is Chocolate Spice. That's Chocolate Spice, man. Man, Chocolate Spice for real. Now, do you look at her differently? Does that change the relationship at all? And how do you deal with the fact that 6 months y'all been going at it, man, and she never thought at one time to tell you any part about her past? Is she even obligated to tell you? I'm throwing a lot out there to you, brother, but you answer whichever one you want to.
Okay. Well, I think the first thing would be, how serious am I about her? I think that's the most important thing. How serious am I about her? And then why am I serious about her? Because if we have good reasons for loving somebody and we have come to know them as people, then the past should not, the past enlightens, but it shouldn't change that. But of course, we being human, it's gonna come up in our mind. We're gonna have wonder about stuff like that. But I think the first thing I would want to do is just we got to have a conversation. We
Mm-hmm.
got to talk. We got to talk about stuff. Not that I'm going to engage her in everything she's ever done or whatever. I might even ask why haven't you told me
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this? Let's
Mhm.
and if we're very serious about each other, then I guess bottom line, if we're very serious about each other, then I think that there's a future for us, or she thinks there's a future for us, then we got to think about what we need to do to prepare for that future. And of course, it's going to include all those times when people come up and say, "Hey, Jonas, what happened, Jonas? Bye." You walking together, all that kind of stuff. That's going to happen. And so I got to learn how I'm going to handle that. I can't
Mhm.
be all huffy every time it happens, and I got to understand, how connected she is to that, how
Mhm.
it draws her. And we have it's this total honesty time, man. You
Yeah.
know, but I
Does
know
does
that
that do anything? Does that do anything in any way at all towards your trust for her because of the fact that she didn't find it important enough to tell you?
well, I can understand, how people will withhold certain things that are really, really, bad about themselves.
Mhm.
You think about that, because we haven't come to the place. What is the no dealer? What they use the term they use? What's the what's
Deal breaker. The deal breaker.
Yeah, the deal. I could thank you. Yeah, what's
Mhm.
the deal breaker? So if we haven't discussed what the deal breaker is, then we need more uh, talk time. Just because somebody hasn't told you something, that doesn't mean, and you find out about it, it doesn't mean you need to get all mad about it. You may have, what have you been talking about? What have your dates been about? Have you been intentionally talking about these kind of things? Have you set parameters
Mhm.
for, what you're going to talk about? How far? So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying, there's a way to work it out. there's a way to work it out because if I want to use the Bible about it, I think, of course, I'm sure we think about the prophet Hosea, you know, and in fact, the Lord told him to marry a harlot. Okay, he already knew what he was getting into.
Wow.
He told him because he said that you're marrying her is going to demonstrate how much I love my people.
Wow.
So if you can love past all that, then you understand what my love is all about.
That's good. That's good.
But don't get me wrong. But you know, I don't mean just because she is. It might not be what it might not be. She might not want to be the one for you. You might not be the one for her. But you got to have that conversation. You got to figure. You got to talk. You got to do some serious talking, and you got to examine each other's past and what each other's deal breakers are.
Exactly, and that's good. But let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Does it at all lessen your trust or how much you trust her because she didn't find it important enough to tell you something as important as this?
Man, and I know that we I guess I have to check myself. Really. I'm really examining myself, really, because we have this thing about keeping a reputation, and we got to pass.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person that you're not going to find anything else about me. I'm already put it out there. I'll tell you in a minute. I got a pass, and it's terrible. Whatever you want to find out, you come to me with that, I'm not going to entertain it because I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
And I tell anybody that I meet that has a pass, don't let nobody use your past against you. You start from where you are and go forward. Now, here's the thing about this is that for 6 months, you say, we've been talking. What in the world have we been doing for 6 months? And that never did come up.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? Now, I will say that there are some things that I had to wait to find out because they said, I have something I need to tell you, but you're going to have to wait till we get to know each other.
Wow.
And it took longer than 6 months. And
see, is that really, is that fair though? That I have to wait?
It's fair. It's fair. It is fair. Because neither one of us, Raheen, are ready for each other's past. I mean, the total breakdown. Like Curtis says, not Curtis.
Rico?
I'm sorry.
Rico?
No. Cornelius said, there are some things, my brother, that I'm going to take to the grave. Me and Jesus know it. That's it. I cannot share that with you or nobody else. Wife, children, family.
Now, Tucson,
brothers.
Some people would say that, you know, you're not you and I understand what you're saying. I agree. I agree with what you're saying. But my thing, some people will say, some of the listeners will say that you should share every part of yourself with your spouse. If you
looking for trouble, buddy. You talk that noise. I know we try to be politically correct with everything that we say as Christians. You know, we really do, especially Christians. But when you find out that you have a secret closet as a Christian, a righteous, whatever you want to call yourself, you have, according to Scripture, a secret closet. Why would God give you a secret closet and you have something that you can't share with nobody? And I'm going to tell you this. There are some things that he brought me through that I know that he brought me through And I still ain't gonna share it with you. Now, what I'm gonna do is say, I've been through it. I'll tell somebody that's going through something at a certain point in time. I say, I've been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna go into detail because sometimes our details will cause a person to step back rather than go forward. They say, well, if you have gone through it, maybe I can try a little coke myself.
Good Lord. Oh,
And that ain't gonna be good for them.
yeah. Yeah.
Because what somebody else may eat and get full off of, another person will die from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And I said this is I was gonna say real man. This is the Raheen Ashimi show, and we have both men and women on here. And I love that because we can hear from both sides. So we have Cassandra with us. Cassandra, good evening, young lady. How you doing this evening?
Hello.
Cassandra, why you sound real hollow?
Okay.
Okay.
Is this better?
Much better, much better. Cassandra, we got a conversation going, and I want to hear from a lady's standpoint how you feel about this. Now, you've been dating Barry. You've been dating Barry for 6 months. And you love the direction that's going in, that the relationship is going in. Barry loved the direction that the relationship is going in. But one day, one of your girlfriends come up to you, y'all hanging out, and she said, Cassandra, who is that? You say, oh, that's Barry, blah, blah. Y'all go to the little spill. That's Barry, blah, blah, blah. She said, I gotta think of a name now. I don't know what kind of name I'm gonna say on this one. She said, y'all dating? She said, yeah. And you excited? Yeah, we've been dating. That's my boo. We've been dating for like 6 months, blah, blah, blah.
Big Papa.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And then she said, did you know that was Big Papa? That's Big Papa from the strip club down the street, them male dancers. Did you know that's who that was? And you was like, no, he never told me that's what he did. And so my question is this: would you be concerned, or how concerned would you be that even 6 months into a relationship and y'all doing so well that he never told you? Would you look at him any differently because of the fact that he withheld that from you? And the only way you found out is because somebody else told you.
No, I'm going down to the strip club and sit in the audience and watch him.
Cassandra.
What?
See, right here being nice, man. He answered it. Man, he should have asked, man, you know what? Let's up the ante.
There you
Let's
go.
up the ante.
I try to be nice.
Let's say one of your friends that come up on the other side say, you know what? I know him, home girl. He used to be a male prostitute.
Gigolos.
All right.
For other men now.
Married, I know I'll be entertained.
Whoa. You missed the last part that Rico just said, though. Say that part again.
A male prostitute for other men.
Is something right?
For other men.
Oh, for other men?
Yes.
Okay, now we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. You didn't say, Rico, you ain't got to throw that in there, man. You just messed it all up.
But it was 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago.
I don't care. No, we are not doing that. No, we will not be doing that. Thank you.
No, then hold on.
You can still dance for me.
Now hold on. Now y'all been dating for 6 months. And certain
I don't care. I don't care if he been with men. No, I'm not playing that game because that's a spirit. And if that spirit is attached to you, you're gonna want to do it even after we get married. No, all bets are off.
Hey, Cassandra, I got to do this. Tucson, what you say they call him? Tucson, what you say they call him?
Back door.
Back door Barry. Ain't that something?
Lord, Ryan, talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Ain't no talking over here, man. Oh man, y'all got me messed up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to contain myself. Tucson, and his facial expressions over there. Oh man. Whew. Okay.
Backdoor Barry.
Backdoor Barry. Oh man. You sure now, Cassandra? Lord, that's messed up. Backdoor Barry.
Hey, Cassandra Barry want to give you his last name.
No, thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's still the same, right? Not in that scenario. I'm not. Ain't no second chances on that one. It's over with. But yeah. I mean,
but you know what? Let me say this, Ryan. Cody, you struggling over there, brother. Well, let me say this. That's so, and that's so. I don't even know what the word to use on this right here, man. But a lot of times, see, it's so. I don't know if it's even double standard would apply, but if it's now, bros, y'all know that if a lady said that she used to be that way, she used to be with other women and stuff like that, we wouldn't look at it the same as a woman would look at it if a man said he's been with other men. We look at it kind of differently. Some folks get off on that, man. What? Come on, man. But I think there's a double standard tied up in there. What do you say? Go ahead, speak on that part, Ryan.
You're right. There is a double standard there, but I would just be real. There's a difference between two soft things being soft and exactly. Two rough things being rough.
It's just the ideal, it's just the ideal of yeah. It's just it's like,
yeah,
bro.
That's really all I can say. I mean, I'm a man and I don't swing that way, and I just can't see the enjoyment out of leg hair and bristly beards. I just can't find no enjoyment.
How the pastor used to say, he's a man, 2 sticks ain't gonna make a fire. That's what he say. I see your hand, Tucson. What's on your heart, brother?
Raheen, now here's the hurting part.
Mm-hmm.
If now you go on with the relationship and something kick in and you
something kick in,
a man mm-hmm. will be more hurt by a woman taking his woman than a man would.
Because it ain't natural.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I'm talking about your feelings, your ego, and everything else is just torn down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What?
I think.
Cornelius, go ahead, brother.
A couple things. Hey, my name was gonna be a little lighter. I was gonna call him Buffing Stuff. That was my name for the guy. We call it Backdoor Barry. That's crazy. But I was thinking on the lines of this too, Raheen. Like, you wouldn't want, as a man, I wouldn't want to know how many men my woman slept with before I hooked up with her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know that.
Thank you.
That's their business. We in the now, man. You can't worry about what they did in the past. Because I think if a woman has said that you hook up with a woman and she said, I done slept with 100 men before I hooked up with you, you're going to look at her totally different.
Mm-hmm. 100?
Your thought pattern going to shift.
100?
Yeah. Just say you, like right now, all right, we in our 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy. It can be easy to sleep with somebody. You start having sex at a very early age, and you done had sex all through your life, and you ain't got together. All of a sudden, you get in your 50s, and now you want to get serious with somebody, but you done had sex with over 100 men, and she tell you that, and you think about getting serious, you might have a little problem with that.
But
how
much
pattern might change towards that? So I wouldn't want to know.
How much of that is
some things you just keep to yourself.
But how much of that is insecurity though? Because Prince said, believe it or not, I started to worry, wondering if when I saw the jockeys that was there before me, that's sometimes a man could be insecure and thinking that he's not going to measure up to the other 99 that was there, or 100 that was there before him. So how much is that? How much of that is insecurity?
It depends on the individual. It depends on the individual to me, that if they insecure about their manhood. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be well experienced yourself and had your few in your time, but at the same token, it's just you don't want to know these things about a person's past that been down that path. You know what I'm saying? The past is the past, man. Let it be and move on. You trying to be in the present.
Yeah.
But now, if they, like I said, if they're doing it now and didn't tell you, and you got a moral, because a lot of this stuff is moral standards. See, some people have a moral standard about themselves. They don't believe in having dating strippers or whatever the case may be, or however it may be. So they may be like, I can't go there. You know, some people been brought up differently. They've been brought up to have a certain high moral standard about themselves and not hook up with people like that. You know, it's all about the teaching, the growth, and how you brought up, and the way you brought up as a person. So you may held things at a more higher value than an individual does. But at the end of the day, the past is the past, and you forgive those, and you let that stuff go, and you keep moving and looking toward the future. So that's just my thought.
Okay, Rico.
See, I heard some key words, man. I heard moral standards and I heard spirit. Now, I think I would want to know, because I would want to know what this person's spirit was like and what they're capable of, or what they were capable of. Because if you can put yourself in a situation, or if you can stoop to a certain level to do certain things, when it comes to other things, you might not have such a problem crossing those lines either. Even if it's going back to that or doing something else different, because the situations became extreme, and so you found this acceptable to do. So, you know, as I put a little thought into it, it not only would depend on what she's doing right now, but it would depend on how she feels about that type of activity right now.
Yeah.
Now, if she's the type of woman that would say, well, I ain't got nothing against no woman getting her money, I wouldn't do it. But wait a minute.
Yep.
You ain't got nothing against a woman getting her money. Yeah, but I ain't talking about me though. But you still find it acceptable. I mean, you might encourage our daughter to do it and then try to tell me, what's wrong with it? I did it. So I'm just supposed to accept my daughter doing it now because you did it. You get what I'm saying? So it really would depend on where her spirit is now. If she was the type of person that was like, you know what, I'm completely against that lifestyle. I used to be in that lifestyle. It was demonic. I was possessed. I had to drink. I had to put myself under a spell. And for 10 years, I was under this spell of money and alcohol and drugs to be able to continue doing this. You know how many women I met in Blue Flame and Magic City told me when they first got started how they had to drink to get comfortable, to get used. I mean, some of them actually did do it because they needed to go to school or whatever. Some of them did it just for the money, but that's just not something real easy for one person to do. Just go out and just get butt naked and then bust it open. You get what I'm saying? But some of them very comfortable with it. They come from a lifestyle where it's acceptable. Well, stripping right now in today's society is acceptable. I remember at one point in time it was discouraged. You would look down upon it, you know, but now it's sort of glorified, you know. So with it being glorified, if I met this woman today and she was like, yeah, I used to, but now I'm all about getting my business the legal way. But I still like to go and talk to the strippers or talk to the girls. Okay, what you talking to them about? You trying to get them out of that business? Or you just trying to encourage them to make sure while they getting their money that they investing it in something else? You still ain't trying to turn them away from it. So yeah, it would take a lot of that, man. It would be, you know, some of that. There's going to be a determining factor on whether or not I would want to go further with somebody like that.
Exactly. Elder, and we got a caller. We're going to go to the call in just 1 second. Elder, what's on your heart? Can't hear you, sir.
Okay. The person has got to be honest with himself or herself. They got to be honest about what they are willing to take or accept in their lives. They got to be honest about themselves with that, and then they got to know where this person, like Rico was saying too, you got to know where that person's head is at now. That's why conversation is going to be very, very important. And a lot of times people with conversation, you start talking about something that I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. But see, if you don't want to talk about it, then you're closing me off from something that's important for me to know. And so if that's the truth, then that could happen in some other situations too. So
what if this person that you're very serious with say there's certain parts of my life, of my past, that I'm not comfortable with, and you would never know. You would never know about that part of my past. Would that concern you?
It would concern me to a degree. It would concern me to a degree. I was listening to what Toussaint was saying earlier too about, there's some things I'm going to take, to the grave with me. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. And so you have to allow everybody to have some kind of privacy. But if it's around some of this areas, like especially sexual in nature, and she's been in that lifestyle, then you have a little more license to find out a little bit more what's going on, especially where her head is at now.
Exactly. We have another caller from the what's that? 352 area code. 352 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How y'all doing tonight? My name's Carl.
Okay, Carl. First of all, okay, go ahead, Carl. What's on your heart?
Well, I was calling in about them girls getting up on that pole.
Okay, see, you're going in the wrong direction already, brother. Appreciate you calling. Thank you. Have a great evening. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Why did you click off your cousin? I'm trying to figure it out.
Hey,
how you gonna just shut off your cousin?
Hey, look at here. My cousin acting up, man. My cousin acting up. So we had to stop that. We ain't for the foolishness. We ain't for the foolishness.
Hey, Raheen, I see we got 13 minutes.
Go ahead.
I see we got 13 minutes, but I'm curious. What if we took them out of the strip club and we put them in prison for killing somebody? And all of a sudden you met them after they did the time and served the time for the crime.
Cassandra?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to address, Rico. So that was sort of my idea. Do you remember, Raheen, do you remember when we had the couple on, she had written a book called You Can't Turn a Whore into a Housewife?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And this girl, her husband met her while she was prostituting. And she was a dancer, and then she was prostituting. And he said inside him, something kept saying, this is your wife, stick with her. And he was paying her. I mean, they told their own story. We didn't give them the story. They told their own story. And he said, because he felt like God had put in his heart that this was his wife, and he stuck with her. And she was like, this man is crazy. He don't even want to have sex with me, now he just want, to sit and talk. But she said she kept getting the money. And then she said something just in her heart, her spirit, just something was like, wait a minute, man, this guy really cares about me because he ain't touching me. He giving me the money. He coming sitting with me for an hour or whatever, just talking. And so she stopped prostituting. She stopped dancing.
Wow.
Gave her life to Christ. They've been married over 20-something years now.
Wow.
And she has never been with another man since their marriage.
Wow.
So, so I think if the Bible says that we should forget those things which are behind us, right? And it says that God takes, our sins and throws it, once we ask for forgiveness, what does he do? He throws it into a what? seed
Of
of forgetfulness,
Yes,
right? Is
yes.
that, am I quoting it right,
Yeah,
y'all? And tell me
absolutely.
if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Never to bring it before you again. So the thing is, man will always remember what you do. Oh, yeah, I remember when she was this. I remember when he was that. But God, when God erases it, he erases it. And he ain't going to throw it back in your face.
Exactly.
So I think that, you know, I mean, I was joking around a little bit, but I could forgive. I could forgive if that person has turned around and they've repented, given their life to Christ. And I mean, repent means not to go back to it again.
Yeah.
I think I could be with that person.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Even backdoor Barry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. 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 I just
What if when RuPaul come on backdoor Barry jump up and start doing the Vogue?
Oh Lord.
I can't with Russo. I can't.
Lord. Cornelius, talk to me, brother.
You call me, Raheen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love what sister was saying, man. Because that at the end of the day, that's what we have to do as a people, and it's hard, man, because our simple flesh won't allow us to forgive stuff, and it's tough, and because we'll always hold things against people if we're not careful. And the thing, especially when I brought up earlier about that moral standard, some of us hold some things in such a high moral standard, we won't forgive that part of it. Which God don't see it that way, and unfortunately, you know, we have to be real careful when we hold these things. And like I love what Rico brought up. He said when he upped the ante about a person being in jail, man. That's something that's tough. Because I that'd be hard for me to date a person that I might have to like really discuss that to date a person that committed a murder. And especially a woman said especially if she went into jail for murdering her boyfriend.
Exactly.
That is something different, man. So that'd be tough for me. So that I got to keep it 100 on that.
Exactly. Shanavia, good evening, young lady. How you doing this evening?
Tired. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Got a question, and I want to hear your whole heart on this. And we got to give it to you the way we gave it to Cassandra. Yeah. You might want to be afraid on this one. You've been dating this dude, Barry. You've been dating Barry 6 months, and it's been going very well. You're very pleased with it. He's very pleased with it, and y'all moving in a good direction. All of a sudden, one of your girlfriends come up to you and say, "Are you with him?" Yeah. This Barry, that's my boo. I love him. Blase. We've been together for 6 months. Yada. They say, "Well, do you know who that is?" Yeah, you like, yeah, that's Barry. No, that's backdoor Barry. Backdoor Barry used to be a male prostitute to men. He got the name Backdoor Barry. Now, you found out this. He never told you. Only way you found out, one of your friends came up to you and told you who it is. Would you look at Barry differently? What would that do to the relationship, or would the relationship even exist any longer? She's stuck. She is stuck.
Look, I just worked 12 hours and you hit me with backdoor Barry for somebody that I've been like dating.
Hey, it's Boaz.
Oh my God, it's backdoor Boaz though.
Yes,
he been in. Look, I can't even make the joke that I want to because it's a Christian radio station. Oh my God, he's a Boaz for real.
Yeah. Now, come on.
What was the question?
What would that do to? What would that do to the relationship? Would the relationship be over? How would you look at Barry? Would you look at backdoor Barry the same?
How long ago was this?
Y'all been dating for 6 months, so it's been longer than that. None of this is going on during the time you all were together.
Has it been over 5 years?
Yeah, I said 5 years, didn't I?
Okay. Okay, let's say 5 years. Let's say 5 years.
Man, that sank my heart. Like this, I just feel like this is, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Wow.
That would depend on where I am in my healing, because the human in me is just like, my homegirl done hit me with, first of all, you ain't a real homegirl, and my investigation skills are not that great if I didn't know that his nickname was Backdoor Barry and we've been dating for 6 months. That means that within the first week of us dating, I did not investigate enough.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that my homegirl has let me be out here blind for 6 months with Backdoor Barry, it's not just Barry. It's not broke shoe Barry. It's Backdoor Barry. That's a different level. And if I'm just being human, I don't know if I can handle that because, and I feel like such a butthole, for no pun intended, for saying, but it's just like, I don't know if I'm mature enough to handle that type of relationship. Finding out that information, I really don't. And that's moving counselor aside, that's moving healing aside. I just have to be honest. I think that I would have to go into some therapy for real in order to get through that, because then it's just like, if we're just being honest, that kind of sets it up for whoever comes after that. Well, what do I not know about them? And what am I missing about them? And I will hope that whoever that I'm dating, I create a safe space to where he could
I was about to be so
tell
silly.
me something like that within the first week, not 6 months later.
I was about to be so silly. I'm not even gonna do that because I'm looking at the clock and we got to get out of here. Tucson, what's on your heart? What's on your heart, brother?
Oh, you went blank for a second, so I didn't hear you. But
okay.
Every woman wants a Boaz. So there you go. But anyway, let me
Lord.
Oh Lordy. Okay.
Okay, let me get my composure and let me go to the serious side of me. Okay, if there is such a thing. Look, I saw some comments posted after the guys. Now we're having fun. I like to have fun.
Yes.
There's a serious side of this, and then this is a Christian broadcast, and we all try to be politically correct. But there are times that things hit you in the face that you're not ready for. Now, I know if I found out from my homeboy that Sassy Sally was the one that I was dating for 6 months. And here's the thing, we are in the restaurant, and not only does somebody come up and say, you don't know who this is, but he come up and grab her by the tail. We got some problems.
Wow.
We got some problems.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you see, I don't know. I mean, there are some situations you get in at the strip club that is okay because that's part of the job. That you not, and here I am now. I have to be who I am now, and it's kind of hard. And I said this before. It's kind of hard to say, okay, brothers and sisters, giving honor to God and to all the officers and members of the church. I want to introduce you to my fiance. We all got a pass, but she's Sassy Sally, and Deacon comes up, and he like, y'all get away.
He might be hiding his face, though, because he don't want her to recognize him.
How he know? How Deacon know? How did he know?
He's trying to ease up out that thing. I gotta go, Pastor.
Look, hey, look here. That one finger go up. That one finger go up. And they heading for the door. Cassandra, talk to me.
No, we're joking, but if we really believe that repentance is real and that we can be forgiven if we ask God and we turn away from whatever that thing is, then the bottom line is what a person did before they accepted Christ. You should be able to let that be right there. Do like God would do.
Mm-hmm.
Treat him the way God would treat him, because that's what we're supposed to be emulating. We're supposed to be emulating him. So I joke around, but I don't care if that's what he did. But now he's saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and fire baptized. I'm good. I'm good. And then I get some little entertainment along with that. I'm good.
Well, Cassandra, I don't know how much entertainment you're gonna be if he was backdoor Barry. What do you call it? Backdoor Barry or whatever you call it. I don't know how much.
The dancing part. The dancing part. Raheen.
Okay. Tucson just had a
wait. My Barry didn't dance.
Huh?
Oh yeah,
I said, why my Barry couldn't dance?
He works at the strip club. He dances.
No.
Oh, I didn't get all of that. I just got backdoor.
No,
shaking that thing like shaking the tail feather.
Backdoor Barry was a male prostitute, and his area of choice was other men.
I thought y'all said he worked at the strip club.
No, we said the lady worked at the Chocolate Spice worked at the strip club.
Well, no, Chocolate Spice. Well, Barry was at the same strip club with Chocolate Spice. He was a dancer.
Yeah, we said dancer first. We said it was dancer first.
We just messed up Navy's world. He said Chocolate Spice.
Exactly. Let me go to Cap. Cap, good evening, sir. How you doing this evening?
Hey, evening to my family. What's going on, brother?
Hey, we actually we going to get out here. We said it's gonna be from 8 to 9, but I'm definitely glad that you called in. But I want to hear your intake on what we're talking about right now. You've been dating this young lady, younger you've been dating this young lady 6 months, and it's going very well. You happy with it? She's happy with it. One of your boys come up to you and say, "Hey, man, do you know who that is?" He says, yeah, that's my girl, man. We've been dating for 6 months. Everything is good. He said, no, man. That's Chocolate Spice. You say Chocolate Spice. He said, yeah, Chocolate Spice from the strip club, man. That's Chocolate Spice, and Chocolate Spice has a reputation. Now, y'all been dating for 6 months real strong. She never found it important to tell you. Do you look at her differently because of now that you know? Does it change the way that the relationship, the atmosphere of the relationship? What happens at that point? Do you even trust her anymore?
Well, let me say this. Now, all of the thoughts that I had in my mind of why she was so good at what she was doing, now I know. So I'm not confused no more.
Oh,
now I know. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I feel good now. All right. I know there had to be a reason she was so good at what she do. I ain't mad at her. I'm glad at her. That's what's on my heart right here.
Wow. Ryan, talk to me, brother. And we got to get Tucson. I ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna call on Tucson right now. How you laughing over there? Ain't nowhere in the world. Ryan, what's on your heart?
I was thinking too. She don't even have to tell you. She start putting some moves and stuff on you if you're active with her that you ain't never experienced before. You're gonna start wondering. You know what I'm saying? Like you get with somebody. Most of the time, when you get with somebody, you on almost some sort of even keel. You done been through some things that each other has been through, and then she started pulling out some moves on you. And hold up, how many people you done been with? That's where the question come out. How long you been doing this? Where you learn that from? How you do that with the cigarette?
Hey Ryan, was you born doing this? Is this natural?
Lord.
Oh Lord, no, that position ain't natural.
Now she gonna say, "Oh, you don't like it?" You gonna, "Oh no, I ain't like it now. I ain't like it now."
Look, let's not be hasty.
Oh Lord.
Let me go to Elder. Elder, what's on your heart?
Well, I was just thinking, as we're talking about all this, and as the audience may be listening in, that it may be someone who has had a real, sordid past, and you've been in a lot of these things, to know that God's love can bring someone into your life that's going to help you to move ahead, to move away from, and someone who will love you for who you are, despite what your past has been.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's it's encouraging to know that there are people, that God has got somebody for us if we're trying to follow Him. He's got somebody for us.
Absolutely. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I'm glad you did that, brother. Appreciate that. Let me go. We get a little serious because we're ready to get out of here. We actually over 9 o'clock already, but let me go to Tucson. He done calm down a little bit over there. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
And I'm glad you did that, Elder, because in reality, there is somebody for you. I don't care what you've been through, because let me tell you why I say that. There was somebody for me. And when I say jacked up, tore up from the floor up, been there, done that. But God,
come on,
work that thing out. So, if you see, man, let me say this, and I'm shut up.
Oh Lord.
Anytime you put on a Spider-Man suit,
oh Jesus. Now who did that, Tucson? Who would do something like that?
I'm muting my mic.
Good deal. Good deal. Navy, talk to me, sis. You know what you was walking into tonight, did you?
Oh my God, I did not. I didn't know I was coming back to work. Now on my own relationship.
What's that train sound?
Yeah, you know you're on the coast whenever you hear the train like every hour.
That's very strange.
No, I can appreciate what Miss Cassandra, what Mr. Tucson, and what Mr. Elder said, because there is a lid for every pot. And I just had to be honest about where I am right now in my walk and my journey, because I mean, true enough, if God said that's who's for me, then well, backdoor Barry, I guess we're stuck together. But again, I would honestly have to I would have to work on myself, and I'm a confident woman, and I'm secure in my relationship. But I would be a lie to say that wouldn't be like that hit you in the chest, like that's a throat punch right there.
Yeah.
So I just had to be human about my answer. Like I couldn't pretty it up. I just had to be authentic with it. But this was interesting.
Good deal.
Very interesting.
Well, anybody have anything they want to say before we get out of here? Anybody want to say anything in the closing before we because we actually over a little bit now, and I appreciate everybody staying with me from 8 to 9. We shortened it down a little bit. Normally it's from 8 to 10. We'll be still going on right now, but anybody have anything on their heart?
I think that was a good.
Yes, I would like to say that all of y'all have been excommunicated as of tonight.
Rico?
I think it was a good topic, man, because really and truly, that's something that a lot of people have to go through and think about.
Yeah.
And you take somebody like me. Look, I don't even like putting my feet in somebody's shoes that somebody or shoes that somebody else don't put their feet in. I don't like putting on no drawers that somebody else had their butt in. So when people speak about being insecure and saying, well, you can't live up to the standard of the men that came before you. With me, it wouldn't even be about living up to the standard of the men that came before me. It would just be that so many came before me. Most people don't like used cars and used vehicles, used things, period. We like to feel like what we got our hands on is sort of special to us. And if you're not careful, if you do find out somebody's past, it might not seem so special, especially if you know the people or see the people that may have had more special time with you than them. So I mean, it is hard, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is somebody out there for somebody, though. It is somebody out there for everybody. But you have to also be careful and make sure we pass down to the younger generation to know that they still need to be very considerate of how they carry themselves.
Exactly. Moral standards and principles, brother. All that's very, very important.
Hey,
Cornelius?
Hey, Raheen.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say this quick thing. I know we got to close out. and you just said the key word. But first of all, I know the ladies that come on the show with you. I know they always be on your other shows and different things like that. But I'm always appreciative of women's perspective. I love to hear women's perspective. I'm so excited that they came on tonight for me personally. But in saying that, people, because of our sinful nature, we all been brought up a certain way because the Bible said we came into this world sinful. So our standards are different, and it's all about how our parents teach us. And if you haven't been taught moral standards, you're going to grow up a certain way because of things that you picked up on, things that you've been trained by, gaining perspectives on stuff that you see out in social media, that you see out in the world, and you'll gravitate to that because of our sinful nature. We'll gravitate to the bad before we will the good. So it takes time for those things to come out of us so that we can become better and hold a moral, righteous standard in our lives. And then we gotta get to that point that where we learn how to know that we can learn how to forgive people. We got to know that we all messed up, and know and understand that the folks make mistakes in lives and their lives, but they have to make sure that they get lives together. And there's always somebody for everybody. So that's just my thought, man.
Exactly.
In closing.
That's good. That's good. Cap.
You know, brothers that go to the strip club, you know, they get conversations from the women that they may not get at home. In those conversations, of course, she's paying for it, but one thing about they're trained to listen. They're trained to listen. And those women is going to build you up, not tear you down. And no matter how you get it, whether you pay for it, there's no question men go to get their self-esteem lifted by women.
Yeah.
And who knows, a relationship can develop over a period of time. These women know men, and men knows that these women also are looking for good men. So who say you can't fuck up in all the wrong places? You can. God is the author of bringing people together. And if a man brings home a stripper and didn't know it, and she made him the best housewife, who are we to judge? And how wicked are we to point out to him that you used to put some damn dollar bills in her teeth? Why would you say that? That's wicked. If the man's happy, let him be happy.
Exactly.
I think all women can be redeemed, and I think all men can be redeemed. Until you become God and you're not God, I think we need to shut up.
Wow. Navy?
Oh, we back. Okay.
Yes.
No, I can't. I don't know if I have anything else to add. I think everybody, and Mr. Cap just kind of like put the cherry on top. But this is an interesting topic, a very real topic though, because these are real life situations that people are dealing with as we speak. That they're faced with this. So, at the end of the day, heal in the places that you need to heal, forgive wherever you need to forgive. And, we're not in a position to be judge, jury, God, and executioner. So, live life and live it authentically, live it out loud. So that's it. That's all I got.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we're about to get out of here for this evening.
Raheem, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take a good look. No, seriously. I'm going to take a good look at the book of Hosea and find out about the love of God for a people that caused the prophet and told the prophet, go marry the harlot. That's a man right there. That he took her and bought her and loved her, showing the love of God. I want to take a good look at that book, the book of Hosea.
Wow. With that being said, we're about to get out of here for this evening, and it's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining for this evening for the Raheen Ashimi Show. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna ask Brother Toussaint, Pastor Toussaint, if you don't mind me saying that, will you pray us out, sir? Toussaint?
Okay, God, Father, we come now and we say thank you. We give you glory, God. We thank you for you. Laughter is medicine, and it all comes from you. Your peace, your love, your joy, all of it. We can't move nor have our being without you, and we thank you for being God and God alone. Thank you for this teaching moment that we've shared. Bless everyone on the panel, those that listen, God. You said, he that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the church. Not only us, but God, all listeners. Give them the ear to hear what would be pleasing to you as far as direction in their lives. If anybody needs help, God, you are the present help in a time of trouble, and we thank you for it. Bless Raheen and all of the DKM Media Associates and all of us, God, collectively, individually, according to your will and your way. And if you just do that, God, we'll give you glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, before I say amen.
Amen. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Raheen Ashimi Show for being a part of your evening. It is now, what is it? 9:16. You're about to exit the Raheen Ashimi Show. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now we shine some of this light on you from the Raheen Ashimi Show. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great night. Take care of each other, and please, please, please be blessed. Talk to you tomorrow morning on the Morning Glow. Have a great night, and love you.